And hello, and this is Public Service Announcement number 24, dated March the 7th, 2019. Well, I don't know if any of you have heard, but over the past week or so, there have been three, yes, one, two, three, knife deaths of teenagers or young adults. The latest being just a couple of days ago, and from what the news report has said, it was very close to where I live, in just by Leighton Underground Station, and the two that were reported a couple of weeks ago, I think one was in Manchester and another one in Romford, which begs the question, what are the government's steps in curbing the increasing number of teenage knife victims and knife crime as a whole? It does begs the question, how many more teenagers are going to unfortunately die due to this ever so increasing knife crime rate? And quite frankly, it's just getting ridiculous now, because I had a friend of mine visit last week, and we was talking about knife crime in general, and he proceeded to tell me that there was a knifing slash stabbing incident at his younger sister's school, which is practically within walking distance from his mother's home. And as you walk out from his mother's house, you can actually see the school from their doorstep, and it's quite scary really. If that can happen within meters, feet, whatever, from your family home, where else is it going to be? Next time it could be on your own front doorstep. And it's just quite scary though, really, because I read a news article about there was a stabbing outside Ilford train station a little while ago. Like I said, there was one up in Manchester, one in Romford, and the most recent one, it happened in Leighton. Not long ago there was one in Walthamstow, and these are in close proximity to my home. And when I mean close proximity, it's either a train ride or a bus ride away. And that, it makes me wonder how, it's in this day and age, it's scary enough for young kids or teenagers, young adults, but it just makes me wonder, you can't even step outside your own front door without, something happening. It's just extremely scary, and it just makes you wonder that is it safe enough to even send your children to school on their own without being, apprehended by a person with a knife? And there was another report about how these two people were standing outside a school with knives in their hands, scaring all the school kids as they're walking to school. And it just makes you wonder, what is the government doing about it? Because first it was gun attacks, then it was acid attacks, and now it's knife attacks. When are the government planning to pull their fingers out and, to stop all these knife attacks on young adults? Or half of them aren't even young adults, they are children. And the one that was in Romford, that unfortunately the young girl died, and you know, I do, obviously I'm sending my condolences to that girl's family, but she was just sitting there with a group of friends, sitting in the park, and someone just comes up to her, stabs her in the back, and runs off. It was a completely unprovoked attack, and the poor young girl died, and now her family and friends are left grieving for this tragic loss. When are the government planning on doing something about it? And now I feel scared for the next generation of children that are walking to and from school or walking to and from wherever, and someone's going to pounce on them. When are the government planning on doing something about it? Because the government keep on saying that they're planning on doing something about it, but I don't see any changes, in all honesty. But until something is done, more and more kids and young adults are going to be dying left, right and centre by these tragic, unprovoked attacks. That's all I can say.